They say a man's greatest love will always be his mother. And how could it be other way? Because your mother will always be your number one fan. Your mom will always think of you that you're the smartest, the most handsome, number one in everything. Your mom is the one who bore you in her womb. She's the one who cared for you like no one else did. Your mom is the one who takes best care of you when you're sick. How could a mom not be a man's number one love? It's just the way life is. And I think this is also true for Jesus. I think for Jesus, Mary was her number one love. For all the reasons that I just expressed. I'm sure that Mary was also Jesus' number one fan. I'm sure that she took care of him and supported him in every way. And they lived together for many, many years too. But today's gospel reveals something very deep. Because today's gospel is saying, although Mary and Jesus were intimately united to each other, their unity not only came because Mary provided for Jesus in so many ways, not only because Mary bore him in her womb, not only because she was number one fan, not only because she took care of him. The gospel is saying there's an additional layer to Mary and Jesus' relationship. And they were united in a spiritual way too. Because Mary was the one who did the Father's will like no one else. And that brought them together in a unique way. Because that's what Jesus is expressing in today's gospel. He's saying, Mary is not only my mother, she's not only number one because she bore me in her womb. She's number one in my life because no one like her does God's will. He's saying she has a unique space because the spiritual links that bring us together are like none other. Jesus today in this gospel is affirming the truth that spiritual relationships based on the spiritual life are stronger and higher than relationships based on the flesh and the blood. And I think this also has a beautiful application for our lives. I think this is telling us your parish is also meant to be your family. We've heard this phrase many times, but I think this gospel really makes it come true in a deeper way. Our parish is meant to be our family because in the parish, hopefully, we find people that are hungry to do God's will too. So those around us in the pews become our brother and our sister and our mother and our father. And I think this is also a responsibility for each one of us about building up the parish and building up the family of the parish. How many times have we heard in our parish people come to Mass and as soon as Mass is done, everybody's gone. Nobody talks to each other. Nobody knows each other. How can we be a family if we don't know each other and talk to each other? So, in this season, that summer, a lot of new people come in town. And I know that all of you are not parishioners here at St. Mark's. Some people just come for daily Mass. But wherever you're a parishioner at, if you take the gospel seriously, I think the gospel is saying, how much do you make new people around the parish feel like they're part of a family? Do you take the time to greet new people? Like in the same way that in a family someone new came. If someone got married, ideally, the new person to the family would be welcomed in. How good of a job do we do in welcoming new people to our parish? So my encouragement for each one of you is this. In this summertime, for Sunday Mass, or even for daily Mass, if you see a new face and you take to heart this gospel, remember that they're called to be your family. And family means no one gets left behind. So be sure that you say hi and greet new faces.